guys, in this video we're going to be making some Peanuts movie inspired cupcakes. We're going to make them look like the characters from the movie. This video is part of a collaboration that is made with my YouTube friends, so do be sure to check out their videos as well. They've got some lovely stuff. I'll put links on screen now and also in the description box below the video. So I've dyed some fondant in a flesh colour. I have dyed more than this, I'm just taking a small bit at a time to show you. Now I've got these little dome shaped sponges. I'll put links below the video to show you where I got them from, but mine were purple cupcakes ones. So there were 6 in the box, so we'll make 6 cupcakes. And I've just taken a round shaped cutter that's a similar size to the top of my cupcake. Just slightly bigger than my actual cupcake. So we're just going to roll this out. I'm going to cut a circle out and then we'll place this over the dome, just pressing it round until it sits nicely against it. Now, if it feels like it's going to stick, just put a bit of corn flour underneath or between the sponge and the fondant. So once you're happy with that, you can leave that to one side. So I've done some more of those, and what we'll do now is we'll start painting some faces on. So we're just going to use black food colouring. Mine's a bit mucky now. So I'm just dunking in. It's just a gel food colour is this one. And what I'm going to do is paint him a big smile on. Now, you almost want the smile to be a little bit wavy and wonky looking with your line, like that. And I haven't added his nose yet, but we're going to add his nose slightly higher than halfway up on his head. And I'm going to paint him a little eye at either side, so I'll just put a little mark on first where the eyes are going to go, and I'm going to paint a little sort of teardrop shape and then a line down from the teardrop shape. It just comes round like that. Do the same at this side and then try and leave a little white bit in each eye. Then he's going to need a couple of little eyebrows, just nice and small. And then the other bit we're going to paint on is his piece of hair. So starting from the centre at the top, bringing it round and down. So we've painted his features on. Now we want to add his nose and ears. So just taking a little ball of flesh colour fondant, just a little bit of water on the back of it. It's still got a bit of black food colouring in. Just be careful with your food colouring that doesn't get everywhere. And we're just going to push that onto there like that, so it's starting to look a little bit more like him now. He's got a nose and then he wants 2 ears. So taking 2 balls of fondant, we're just going to squash each one down a little bit like that, and we'll just put a little bit of water on the edge of each one, and we're going to push these now against the sides of the fondant, so make sure they stick to the fondant and not the sponge underneath. And we will give him rosy cheeks, but we're going to let it dry first. You might want to make these bits before actually baking your cupcakes, because I'm going to leave mine overnight to dry before adding them to the cupcakes. So our next little character, we're going to add a nose to, the same way we did on Charlie Brown. I'll give him some ears again. So back onto painting again, and I'll speed this up for you because we're going to do it very similar and the eyes will just be a little bit different. Okay, so what we're going to do now is wait for Linus to dry before we give him his hair. So next we're going to do Lucy, so we're going to do pretty much the same as before again, so I'll speed this up for you. Right, so I've given this a little bit of time to dry, and I've just got a little bit of buttercream in a piping bag, and I'm just going to fill the little gap behind. It's still a little bit soft, so careful you don't squash them too much. And then we're just going to gently push that onto the top of our cupcake like that. You do that with all the different faces that you've made. So taking a little bit of pink edible dust, we're just going to dust lightly on the cheeks to just give them a little bit of a blush. Now Charlie Brown is finished. We don't need to give him any hair, but we'll do his little sister next. So I've dyed some fondant a yellow, and I'm going to pull off a piece to save for the centre of a hair. Half this. I'll just flatten this a little bit. Now we might make it so the hair's not quite as big as it actually is, because we don't want the weight of it to pull down too much on our cupcake. It wants to come almost to the bottom and almost to the top, and I'm going to cut so it comes out into this kind of shape. Just smooth down your edges a little bit. Hold it against there. We'll put some little lines in for a hair. Just coming out from here. I'm just using the back of the knife for that. We'll add a little bit of water to the very edge and we'll push this just onto the side. Okay, so just repeat the same now for the other side. So I'm just going to add a small ball of yellow to the top of the head first, and then what we'll do is stick the curls to that. Just create lots of little curls and place them over. So just twirl them round. So that's that one done. Next we'll move on to the next character. For the next two, I've got my fondant ready dyed because it's a little bit easier than dyeing it. I've got some brown one that I've got a bit left over from another cake and some black. The brown one's actually chocolate flavour, which is quite nice. And all we're going to do is just roll little tufts of hair. Keeping a point on either end of the hair. And we're just going to place them on the top. So if they're a bit long, just pull them off. And we want a few of all different lengths. And you can move them around a bit if you want as well. So just keep rolling these out and placing them across the top of the head. And then we want some that stick further out now. So on to Lucy next with our black for the hair. We just want 2 teardrop shapes for behind her ears. So our 2 little teardrop shapes will go behind her ears. Push them on with a bit of water. Make sure that they feel like they're firmly attached. If they're not sticking, just make them a little bit smaller. Just roll a piece for the top of the head that we're going to squash a little bit flat. I'm going to stick this from one ear just round to the top. Just stick a bit of water on that. And an oval. Just squash that a little bit. So one's going on the far side that sticks out. Another ball that you squashed a little bit. Just next to that. Another one. And an even smaller one for down the side. Then if you want to add hairlines, just draw from the top back. I'm just going to use my modelling tool for this. Putting in lines. And then you can put some in the ponytail as well. So you can use these techniques for quite a few of the characters, so I won't show you all of them, but there's another one that I had done, but I haven't filmed this one, but it's just to give you guys an idea of what else you can do. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do check out my other Peanuts movie videos where I've made a few of the characters for cake toppers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the other videos in the collaboration. You can find the links on screen now and also in the description box below.
If you liked this video and would like to see more, please click on the images of the other videos suggested. Also, please do subscribe to my channel using the button at the bottom right hand corner of the screen. You can also visit my cake website and my Facebook page to see more cakes and ideas.